here I am, ready with the on-the-go must-have ingredients a hunter hungers for.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your host, S.H.I.N.O, and you are now watching MVP Magazine. And the game we are here to talk about today definitely needs no introduction because it is Monster Hunter Wilds. Yes, people, Capcom's Jurassic Juggernaut is back to take on all challengers, and yep, we're gonna see if it's worth the hype.
Just a quick check. I'm telling you, we just need some space. She's fine.
But she needs aftercare.
Which we're perfectly capable of.
Nona!
Isai, you're okay!
The winds.
You see? She's fine. Now scram. Go. Back to your stations. They'll fill us in later.
Now, for the uninitiated, Monster Hunter Wilds is the latest edition of Capcom's long-running franchise, Monster Hunter, which has actually been around for more than 20 years. The first one came out back in 2004 on the PlayStation 2, and I actually have a copy. Now, this isn't one of those eBayed copies. This is my original copy from 2004 when I was actually out in Japan, and it was crazy. Now, initially, Monster Hunter was much more of a hardcore experience, and if you weren't familiar with action RPGs or RPGs in general, you may have had a tough time. But luckily enough, in 2018, Capcom refined the formula and made it a little bit easier for people to get into with Monster Hunter World. And now with Monster Hunter Wilds being released, it seems that Capcom may have just gone a little bit further with streamlining the whole experience. Now, to sum this game up in an overly large, spiky nutshell, Monster Hunter is basically a game where you create a character, you hunt monsters which are threatening your village, and you create cool fashion items out of them. Whether it be new armor to take on bigger monsters, or new weapons to take on bigger monsters. Either way, their hides are your... Basically, it's like Zara and Versace meets monster hunting. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, the gameplay loop sounds really simple, but once you get the hang of it, it is really addictive, especially when all the other systems of the game start working together. Like, you can also eat gourmet meals before you go out and hunt monsters, which also boosts up your attributes. You can also raise these little cats to be expert monster hunters, which can accompany you on your hunts. It is crazy. And obviously, because it's an RPG, they've also got stat boosts and just a whole load of meat you can get into. And one of the great things about Monster Hunter, especially with the ones that came out before, is that item management and really thinking out your hunts and the terrain is actually all part of the gameplay. In areas where it has a hotter temperature, you might need to bring cool drinks because your energy will get sapped straight away by the sun. Now, this is something that was in the older games, and when I say that Capcom streamlined, I mean they took some of that stuff out. Do you know what I'm saying? And for some people, for some veteran hunters, that may be something that may, deter them. Now, Capcom have definitely made a ton of these streamlining gameplay changes, and some of them do take away from your decision making. Even the animal that you ride, the Sequid, when you first get on the animal, it will automatically take you to your destination, it will take you to your quest, it will take you to your monster, and that's without you controlling. The only thing you can do is speed it up or slow it down. Now, you can change over to manual handling, but why do that when the game's going to play itself for you, if you know what I mean? And whilst you're fighting the monster, you can just call it and it will pick you up and you can just sharpen your weapon and you can heal. And that is just absolutely crazy. That really trivializes a lot of the monster hunts. It makes the fights not as dangerous as they was before. I'm not gonna lie. When you know that you can just call your little monster to come help you out in the nick of time, it does kind of trivialize the dangerous aspect, but it doesn't ruin the fights. And once again, you can tell this was done to help out newer players and to actually get people into the game. Now, one of the things I think was really cool about this game so far is the story mode. Now, Monster Hunter has always had some form of story, but now it's just really ramped up with the production values and whatnot. And whilst I haven't finished all of the story yet, but whilst it's not exactly grabbing me, I will say I like the way it's been implemented, because so far it seems like the story's there to actually teach you the mechanics of Monster Hunter and how to play the game. And I think that is just a great idea. So whilst you're playing the game, the other characters will be telling you about the world and how to find things, and just making the various systems of the game aware to you. And this game needs that, because the menus are actually insane. This game is menu fiesta. Be prepared to see tons of menus when you play this game, for real. But yeah, definitely do like the fact that Capcom actually used the story as some kind of 10 to 12 hour tutorial, which is great. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is really good. And I think that if you're not going to have the greatest writing, you should at least have a purpose. So yeah, definitely dig that. So one thing that I'm hearing about this game, I'm not going to lie, the performance on the PC. Now, I love PC gaming, love my Steam Deck, love my ROG Ally, love all of that stuff. But it doesn't make sense why this game isn't running the way it should do on PC. Especially now, the graphics, in my opinion, they look good. They look real good, but they shouldn't be stressing out PCs the way they are. I've heard that certain people just can't get the game to run whatsoever, and there's constant crashes. Like I tried to play this on my Steam Deck before, and it just was not happening. It was even giving my ROG Ally some trouble and stuff. Like, man, I had to hit the desktop for this. It was absolute, and even then, it was a little bit of a mad thing. Definitely reckon Capcom need to optimize this game, but again, I understand there's more to do with the engine of this game. This game was developed on the RE engine, the Resident Evil engine, which definitely does better for rendering smaller scale environments and levels. And with something like an open world thing like this, where it's got tons of AI, tons of endemic life, tons of stuff happening in a big environment all simultaneously, you can kind of understand why this game is just bugging out. But then again, because of the amount of hype that is coming with this game, because this game's like 20 years old, do you know what I'm saying? Over 21 years old. Like, this game is a huge franchise. This is Capcom's heavy hit. This is the Monster Hunter is bigger than both Street Fighter and Resident Evil. So if they're gonna put all of their money into a game, it should be this one. Do you know what I'm saying? And especially for the first open world Monster Hunter, you don't want to see this stuff really happening. You know what I'm saying? You don't really want there to be these mistakes. Apparently on the Xbox Series X, it doesn't run that well. I've got a Series X, and I'm going to wait till this hits Game Pass. Currently, I'm playing this on a PlayStation Pro, because that's the best place to play it on console. I was going to actually buy it on PC, because I really want to be able to play this on a go, to bring back those PSP memories, but I just did not trust the way this was going to be optimized. And also, shout outs to Capcom for just adding DRM to the game after people had bought it. That was shady. So in my opinion, if you are going to play this on console, play this on PlayStation. I mean, maybe you play it on the Series X. I have heard that VRR, you know what I'm saying, is making a difference and stuff. The variable refresh rate, not virtual reality, that does make a difference. But I heard that it just, the image quality on the base PlayStation 5 is better. So that's up to you. But if you want to play the best version on console with frame rate, with the way it looks, you know, you gotta go for the pro. Shouts to Olivia for buying me that. But yeah, do you know what I'm saying? I'm actually playing it on a pro right now, and so far it's cool. So initially I started playing the game on balanced mode so I could get a decent frame rate and some decent graphics, and it was looking kind of cool and stuff like that. It didn't look too bad. Now I'm playing it on performance because I want to just see how it's uncapped, and it actually feels really good. From what I felt, I haven't had any crashes or anything. It does feel really smooth and whatnot. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it can fluctuate a little bit because I purposely didn't cap it at 60 frames per second. I wanted to see what the PlayStation Pro could push, and yeah, it's not feeling horrible. It is not feeling horrible. Do you know what I'm saying? So, first impressions of this game so far. Is it too easy like everybody is saying? So far, with how much I've played, I'm a veteran hunter, as you can see. I've been literally since the first one, the first one, yeah. So I haven't found Monster Hunter challenging since part 3 because I hated the swimming underwater. That did not work for me. Can't stand that. And take that, Generations Ultimate, that was challenging. The guild and doing that Goro mission, shout outs to anyone that played Generations Ultimate. That was the last great Monster Hunter game. But double X to all my real Monster Hunters out there. If you play double X. But anyway, Monster Hunter. I don't know whether to call it too easy because I understand the position that Capcom are in. The last one was really big and they don't want to scare anybody off. I totally understand that. And there will be DLC, so I'm expecting them to add new monsters, to add new levels, new weapons, new skins, all of that stuff, and a new gathering hub. Because I'm not gonna lie, that's one thing I was kind of disappointed by where you all meet, just kind of just looking like anything. When we're used to getting these huge, grandiose environments and all of that. That being said, going into the lobby for the first time and seeing all the other hunters and them being real people, that was really cool. That brought me back to going online for the first time with the PS2 and stuff like that. And playing Monster Hunter DOS and just seeing all those people in the ice town and be like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of cool. But it doesn't beat having a proper hub or hall and stuff like that, man. That is, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I'm not sure if that stuff is missing because of time, because they just wanted to get this out. I reckon it is, to tell the truth, because this is coming out before their fiscal earnings, so April's gonna be good for Capcom, yo. Their fiscal earning reports are gonna be real good. I reckon this is gonna sell very strongly through launch through the whole of this month now. I reckon this game is just gonna be selling. I reckon it's pretty much gonna be all about this game. So because even though it's slightly easier, Capcom did give people something they can jump into and just enjoy. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's about, and these games always do have long roadmaps and stuff, so it'll definitely be about seeing where this goes next, to tell the truth. So it'll be very interesting to see what new monsters, what old returning monsters, what event quests Capcom will bring to this, because a lot of games try this roadmap thing, but they're never honest what happens, and they don't give you enough in the initial game, so you're just mad anyway. But we pretty much know the MO with this. We know that Capcom will give us a steady stream content for the next few years, to tell the truth, and that's before they'll come in with something paid. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is just the beginning of the game, which I like, and they've already give you quite a bit. Do you know what I'm saying? and I haven't even finished the whole story yet, so that's great. That's great. But because I heard that this version was a little bit shorter, I'm choosing to pace my time. I did that with Monster Hunter Rise, and I enjoyed it a lot more. I literally paced it until Sunbreak was about to come out. I mean, not Sunbreak, the first part of the DLC, because you know they released it and they didn't have the end and stuff like that. So by the time I'd finished the game, literally the DLC was coming out the next day. So I was like, yes, I didn't have to do no much annoying stuff and so yeah, man. Awesome stuff. So I'm just expecting Capcom to just keep updating this game and giving us greatness the whole way. You better, Capcom. You better do that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah. So is it worth the hype? Oof. I would definitely have to say, because I trust Capcom with updating this game in the future, and I really do hope they fix some of the optimization issues. I know there's only so much they can do because of the game's engine being finalized already, but I do think it's pretty much worth the hype right now. So if you have been on the fence about trying this out, maybe you should. And yeah, let me know what you think. But yeah, that's all for now. I've got some uni work to do, and then I'm going to be jumping on this later maybe. But yeah, more content on this game coming soon. Follow your boy. Sayonara.